Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's time to address Blue Purple Luffy and take this deck out back once and for all. This is the guide that I know you guys have been waiting for. It's going to be an honestly fast and simple guide, but extremely effective at removing one of the gods of the meta. So let's get into it. So the deck overview. Blue Purple Luffy is a deck that focuses on ramping early to high levels of Dawn, playing big bodies with devastating effects, and out-tempoing you out of the game before you really have a chance to get anything off the ground. To make matters worse, they are a 6k leader with arguably the best effect of the game. At A+ Dawn, this leader can look at the top 5, grab a Straw Hat card, and then order the other 4 cards to either go to the top or bottom of the deck, meaning they can search a card and draw the best card among the other 4 while setting up for 9-cost Sanji, which will just absolutely out-tempo any deck in the game. And to make matters worse, the deck has 2 extremely powerful tools for defense, Gum Gum Giant and Gear Second. The deck overall can do any and everything that you would want in a deck, and it plays powerful bodies faster than you expect it to. On God Curve, the game will feel hopeless against most decks, and defensively the deck will have all the tools to keep them alive, coupled with 9 Lin to overheal them. Summary of this deck: it plays big bods, draw 2 cards per turn, it has Gum Gum Giant. So let's talk about the variants. Due to recent events with BP Luffy topping with a new tech list, there are 2 different types that you may have to watch out for with BP. One is the standard Sanji 9-Mom Catalyst, the other is the 8-cost Dofy that plays out Purple Rosinante and untaps to Dawn. Both lists are in favor to the Blackbeard, and if you run into this Dofy list, great news, it's even worse for them than playing against the normal list. The best cards against Blackbeard that BP normally plays will be Gravity Blade Red Rock, Katakuri Blocker played early, and the 8-cost Monkey D. Luffy Secret Rare and Bond Clay. None of their 9-costs or 8-costs should be getting their effects. When I mean by 8-costs, I don't mean the Secret Rare Luffy or Katakuri Blocker, because Teach doesn't do anything to those for the on-play negation. However, the 8-cost Doflamingo, which is what the second variant is tech for, that card should never get its effect, nor should the Rosinante off the play. It can get the untap too, but they're gonna have to hard play the card. They should not be allowed to play 8-cost Dofy into that Rosinante, or Sanji into that 8-cost Dofy into Rosinante. So the Dofy variant theory centers around 9-cost Sanji into playing this 8-cost Dofy. And because they can search 9-cost Sanji, stack the Dofy at the top of the deck, post draw, and even set the Rosinante to be drawn for turn, this can put out devastating tempo pressure, card cycle, and have multiple Dawn back for Gum Gum Giant, Gear Second, and other events. At 9 Dawn, this is 22 Dawn. Right, so this is like Gecko Moria level plays in terms of Dawn allocation for 9. Card cycle, refund 2 Dawn, and ramp a Dawn on your next opponent's attack. This is an absolutely devastating line of play that outside of playing against BP or GP, most decks have no hope other than Blackbeard to even keep up with the tempo. We just nuke everything, however, with our leader ability. Everything this deck does just gets nuked by our leader ability. This variant is actually far worse because it doesn't play Katakuri normally, and it certainly doesn't play the Secret Rare Luffy, which are both very good strong cards against us, but Katakuri less so, just kind of like annoying, but the Secret Rare Luffy is a threat to Burgess, and it's good. Additionally, because they do not play the Katakuri blocker, their defense against us is actually worse, and they're playing virtually no Gravity Blade and like 1 Red Rock, which is amazing for us. The normal variant plays Gravity Blade and Red Rock and centers around these 3 cards, the Sanji, the Lin Lin, and the Katakuri, and it is what you are most likely going to run into for a myriad of reasons. Sanji into either of the other 2 is completely backbreaking. The middle card in particular, the 9-cost Lin Lin, probably just needs to outright be banned. This is what the deck is trying to play and do. It's annoying. So let's talk about Gravity Blade, right? So Gravity Blade, there isn't a whole lot to do played around this card as usual. Kuzan will be a big mitigator. Playing into this card will be an eventuality. The targets that they're looking to hit are Augurs, Laboons, and Burgess. Hopefully we draw enough Augur and over to handle our business and keep the removal pressure going for our game plan. Like against Dofy, this will be a hurtful card and likely come up multiple times in a long game. However, there is a clear plus side of this card. If they use it, they forfeit the turn. Unlike Dofy, which could stack 2 Dawn and still play bodies and all that other hot nonsense, they essentially forfeit the turn. And if they're attacking your life while playing this card, they're helping you draw more cards. Red Rock, much like Gravity Blade, Red Rock is another card we have to walk into. The targets for this and for them will be our 7-cost Teach, our Blackbeard, and our 10-cost Teach. Advantage for us is they basically, again, forfeit their turn. If they spend a turn to remove our cards, we get another turn to reestablish those bodies to again remove their cards or get permission to play our cards, right? So we need to take advantage of that in-between turn. The 8 cost secret rare blue Luffy. This card is rather annoying of all the 8 cost cards that can play against you. I imagine if BB was at the top of the meta, this would be played to 3 or 4. That is how good this card is against us. The rest is naturally strong, and the when attacking Fennec is devastating to our established Burgess. So you get Burgess, he gets to 8. 8 is a great number. 9 demands a giant. 9 is a gear second plus a card. That is very good. But this card just bouncing Burgess to hand as a tempo swing is very, very devastating for us. If they hyper ramp to this card and they play like a second one, they don't even need to start pitching. They just outright win off the rush 8 alone. Honestly, one of the strongest cards you must out if they play it immediately. This is a top priority kill card if they play it. This is not like Katakuri. The reason is the bounce. If you get into some line where like Dot Q needs to go onto the board, you have like Augur on the board or Kuzan on the board, you Kuzan into the Augur, into TK, into Augur again, and Dot Q, you may need to do that. You may need to do some weird KO line, right? This card must be at the top of removal. If you kill this card and get into the loop, you're gonna win the game. So what is our goal in the matchup? Our game plan against BP, any variant, will be make them the most miserable people on earth. Our leader effect alone is 50% of the battle. Because we turn off on play abilities, BP can essentially do nothing that it essentially wants to do to win the game. Play big bodies, heal off 9 mon while moving a card, and win off of giant swings. Why? So why is that 50% of the battle? The real kicker is, and this even proves that 9 needs to probably be banned, is the heal off 9 mon. Because they cannot heal off of 9 mon. When we play cards like Augur, 7 cost Teach, Laboon, Burgess, 10 cost Teach, they do not have life, which means our 6Ks, if they don't play big bodies, get a lot of value. Because they get a lot of value, they in translate cannot heal off of 9 mon to make sure that they're mitigating damage that they may not have to take if they could play the 9 mon and heal while removing a card from us. So we just alone mitigate the strongest aspect of this deck and keep them human. I think that's probably like the biggest and best way to put it. We keep them human. So Blackbeard can get into a loop of removal that makes things extremely difficult for this deck to function, let alone keep a single card on the board. You can get into loops where you attack them for annoying numbers while killing a 9 cost. If the variant is built right. This is a matchup with a formula to win that will essentially remove them from playing the game. They play a card, they have to attack your board, otherwise that card dies. If they do attack your board, you're drawing a card. If the card you draw or get can mitigate, replay the body they just got rid of, like Augur or a 7 cost Teach, and they still run into the same problem, they lose the game. This is the formula loop block. So what you're looking for is any number of cards that are played in a standard Blackbeard that will result in their 9 or 8 costs dying. I'm going to show you at least 2.5 pages without getting into the extreme weeds of combinations of cards that will kill a 9 cost at least. And that is all you're trying to achieve. If you need to, take notes on these. And as we go through them, understand that these are all the ways that BP can just lose a card. Augur, 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 Dot Q, 9 cost dead. Augur, Augur, 7 cost each, 9 cost dead. Van Augur, Tempest Kick, while it's active, 7 cost each, 9 cost dead. Kuzan into Augur, Kuzan into Augur, 7 cost each, 9 cost dead. Kuzan into Augur, Tempest Kick, 7 cost each, 9 cost dead. Double Tempest Kick, 7 cost each, 9 cost dead. Laboon, Laboon, Dot Q, 9 cost dead. Laboon, Augur, 7 cost each, 10 costs or lower dead. Laboon, Tempest Kick, 7 cost each, 10 costs or lower dead. Laboon, Finger Pistol, 9 cost dead. Tempest Kick, Finger Pistol, 8 cost dead, which is important for the Luffy and the Katakuri. Augur, Tempest Kick, Finger Pistol, 11 costs or lower dead. Yes, Jack, I'm talking about you. Augur, Augur, Finger Pistol, 11 costs or lower, dead. Tempest Kick, Finger Pistol, 11 costs or lower, dead. Augur, Augur, Black Hole, 10 costs or lower, dead. Kuzan into Augur, Augur plus any 4 cost event, 10 cost dead. Kuzan into Augur, Tempest Kick plus any 4 cost event, 10 cost dead. LOL, there is a lot more to this, and you get it. So our best cards Our best cards are Augur, Jackbeard, 5 cost Kuzan, Tempest Kick, Black Hole, Finger Pistol, Laboon, Dot Q, 10 cost Teach, Burgess, and Stronger. I didn't even go into the stronger combinations because I'm going to be honest with you, we're like stretching, and that's what I mean. Like we could literally, there is entire KO lines to removing one card, and if we just pitch every turn and have those lines while drawing cards, because Kuzan draws a card and Augur when it dies draws a card or whatever, and 7 cost Teach replaces himself by grabbing it back if we need it, they can't play the game, they can't win the game. And the moment that they start playing weaker cards, we just blow that up with like other stuff and then continue on or play 10 cost each and force them into whatever. We are looking to loop and play these cards every turn to stun them into a loop that will end them. And if we succeed in that game plan, we win. Let me express how devastating this is, okay? You already saw what happened in the Tempest Kick video, which again, thank you guys so much for watching. That gameplay video made me so happy that you guys loved it so much. But I just want to say that like in that last game, I made a mistake, gave them on plays. They healed off of 9-Lin and I still won the game because they were miserable. Like I just got them into that loop and they lost. And that is what we're trying to achieve when we play these games, right? That's what we want out of these games. Mulligan. So in our Mulligan, we are looking to start with Stage, Defeat, Era, Dot Q, Augur, Kuzan, Laboon, and Jackbeard. If we're going first, we want to get into a Dot Q, Augur KO line to kill any Zordra that's going to be played. Ultimate Punish on their part is going to be Leader Swing over Q and a God Thread on the Augur. If they do that, you're going to draw 2 cards, and it is what it is. But hopefully you can draw into Jackbeard and set up into Kuzan Burgess or Kuzan Laboon for the incoming 8 cost or 9 cost the following turn. So this is really devastating if we can actually get into the Augur KO line with Dot Qs. If you're on the even curve, right, and you play 4 cost Shiryu, you can also KO the Zordra that way. And it's important to have something to stop that early ramp. You don't want them getting to their 8 costs quickly. Moving on, win a pitch. Anytime 9 cost Hanji can come down. Think of this card like Jinbei. If it resolves and you're not already in control of the game, you lose. And even if you are in control of the game, don't let this card resolve. It's just going to be a very, very bad day if they get to play 2 9k bodies and you don't have like 4 10 cost teaches already on the board. And the other thing is 9 mom taking anything away from you is like probably a bigger punish, but still 2 9k bodies or a 9k and 8k body are just completely devastating. We don't really worry about when they get to 8 Dawn and play something because both Katakuri and the secret rare Luffy 8 cost, neither one of those cards have an on-play effect. Stopping Nami and Rosinante, yes, they're going to draw and filter and get into good cards, but it's not generally worth the card economy that you should have in the game to stop those cards. So our turn order on the odd curve, so we're going to be searching, Dot Q plus searching, Kuzan into Augur, or just establish the Kuzan itself so they can't remove it, which for the record, you could Kuzan into Augur or Kuzan establish, then pitch the Augur to get it set up. You may keep the Augur. If you play the Augur, they may God Thread the card. That's just something to watch out for. Jackbeard, Kuzan, Tempest Kick, and Burgess play on turn 4. So this would be at 7 Dawn. Turn 5 would be Reducer, Laboon, Tempest Kick, Jackbeard. We may be playing it at that juncture. You may need to do something with Stronger as well. Like if you have an Augur that's pre-established or Kuzan into Augur, you may need to play like Jackbeard into Stronger at that juncture, swing 6 and still pop that 8 cost card if it's possible. And then turn 6 onward is kill everything possible, 10 cost each. Turn order even, searching Q, Laboon, or more searching, either one. Kuzan into Augur, searching Jackbeard, Augur line into even, Tempest Kick if applicable, Laboon if applicable, right? And then remove anything in 10 cost each. Notice how much more simplified this turn order is into what we're normally looking to play against other decks. It seems like I'm not giving you very much, but that's how simple this win is. Like, I can't stress this enough. Once we start looping into, and Jackbeard's like a very big part of this, or like other combinations of KOs, once we start looping them, the game's over. The deck cannot function. I have literally knocked a Blackbeard to 1 and just lost the game. It's impossible. They can't not attack over Augur, and they can't invest a lot to attack over an Augur either. Like, even if they want to play like a 9 cost and attach 1/7, swing over an Augur, if I have 1 2k in hand hand that auger lives, they still lose a card, and I'm probably going to attack them. In the video that I had where I said Tempest Kick is broken in OP11, right? In that video specifically, I had several turns where I could have actually got more damage in or more cards out of their hand and won much faster. After reviewing that gameplay, which it's always good to review your own gameplay if you possibly can, I actually made several mistakes that could have resulted in them losing a lot more life than what they did. So just to show you, and we played through a Gravity Blade and Red Rock and all this other stuff, just to show you how bad this can go for them, right? Once we get into our loops, it's fine. What happens if we don't though? If we don't, they are eventually just going to have one body stick, and as soon as they do, it's over. So go and dominate the meta. Quite honestly, like, he's the meta, so go and dominate him. I can't express this enough. You guys, if you need a reference point for the loop I'm talking about, I suggest you go check out the video of Tempest Kick is broken in OP11. It's on the channel, right? Go watch the final match of that video and you will understand what I'm talking about. We just get into a loop. He can't do anything about it. We look to replay the loop every turn and poke, replay, poke, and we win. I mean, it's the simplest formula of all of these decks, right? Other than Bonnie, there isn't actually a more easy deck to beat in the game other than this one. And you know, we just dominate this so hard. Like, we dominate this deck as much as we dominate an L. And they have Grav Blade and Red Rock because, like, again, they forfeit their entire turn simply to Red Rock. They forfeit their entire turn simply to do that. Even if they want to poke us, we will take every card we can, maybe down to one, because it's more resources we have to potentially get rid of their cards. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look for the loops and happy BP hunting. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, this is Marcus and TCG Discussions signing off. Laters.
起きろ。起きろ。起きろ。